The absorbing rivalry between Mercedes Formula One teammates Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg has been an entertaining subplot for motorsports fans over recent years, and thrillingly, it might all come to a head this season. So in today's video, we will be talking about some of the worst racing battles between Nico Rosberg and Hamilton. While the pair first joined up at Mercedes in 2013, they were far from strangers. Hamilton and Rosberg counted each other as friends during their days as youthful go-karting competitors and raced together when they were a part of the MBM team, circa 2000. By several accounts, they were buddies, presenting the interesting contrast of Nico, the racing driver's son, raised in the privileged Principality of Monaco, and his mate from the less glamorous surroundings of Stevenage, the London satellite town, young Lewis. But anyone thinking they would rekindle their friendship under the Mercedes banner had another thing coming. 2013 Malaysian Grand Prix. Things got off to a friendly start, with Lewis even questioning team orders in the race when Rosberg was told to hold station in 4th place behind his teammate, allowing the Englishman to grab his first Mercedes podium. 2014 Bahrain and Spain. While the two engaged in a thrilling duel on the circuit, with the race eventually won by Rosberg, the German's use of a banned Mercedes power mode provokes calls of foul play from those who felt he used an unfair advantage to beat his teammate. In the next race, it was Hamilton's turn to fend off his rival for the victory, and this time he was found to use the banned power mode. Make no mistake, this was payback time. 2014 Monaco and Hungary. Here, things started to heat up. Hamilton accused Rosberg of intentionally sabotaging a potentially pole-winning qualification lap before the German went on to win the race. Lewis emphasized that the two were definitely not friends anymore in the post-qualifying media sessions. Things went from bad to worse between the two in Hungary. After having battled back from last place, Lewis refused to move over and let Rosberg, who was leading the driver's standing by 14 points, through. This was now more serious than a friendly rivalry. Matters came to a head, Belgium 2014. Mercedes' worst-case scenario presented itself in Belgium as Rosberg collided with Hamilton while disputing the lead, dashing the team's hopes of victory and plunging their "our drivers are free to race" philosophy into doubt. Clear the air talks and a Rosberg apology followed, as well as the now infamous promise from Toto Wolff that contact between their drivers cannot and will not happen again. Hamilton pressures Rosberg into error, Italy 2014. Forced into the position of hunter after falling 29 points behind Rosberg in the championship, Hamilton recovered superbly from a poor start to the race, back onto his teammate's tail and pressuring him into a crucial mistake. It would prove a defining moment, with the Briton's victory sparking a 5-race championship-defining winning streak. Hamilton comes out on top in nail-biting title decider, Abu Dhabi 2014. With the destination of the World Championship still hanging in the balance by virtue of the double points on offer at the Abu Dhabi season finale, Rosberg snatched pole to put Hamilton under pressure. But in the race, the Briton was untouchable, beating his teammate into turn 1 before racing to victory as Rosberg struggled home 14th with severe technical gremlins. Accusations fly after Hamilton's go slow, China 2015. Thrust straight back into another title fight, but this time with the added frisson of Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel nipping at their heels, tensions threatening to overflow once more in Shanghai as an unhappy Rosberg accused race winner Hamilton of driving unnecessarily slowly and backing him into Vettel's clutches. Hamilton was unmoved. Hamilton points finger at Rosberg, Hungary 2015. In a hugely disappointing race for Mercedes, Hamilton made a poor start from pole before compromising his chances further by going off midway around the first lap after challenging Rosberg. However, his immediate assertion that Nico pushed me off by moving under braking was rejected by the stewards, with the Briton later accepting he'd simply had a bad day at the office. Hamilton's squeeze doesn't please Rosberg, Japan 2015. Hamilton took a big stride towards a 3rd world title after a dominant victory in Suzuka, but only after a controversial moment with Rosberg at turn 1. Having made a great start from P2, Hamilton took advantage of his inside line through the first 2 corners to squeeze his teammate uncompromisingly towards the edge of the track. Rosberg later admitted he had to avoid a collision, while Hamilton countered that it was never that close. Going toe-to-toe in Austin, USA 2015. Rosberg and Hamilton locked horns in spectacular fashion in Texas, with the German attempting to stop his teammate from clinching a third title. Despite being pushed unceremoniously wide once again at the first corner, Rosberg fought his way to the front in changeable conditions before throwing away his chances of victory with an uncharacteristic error. The win and another championship crown were Hamilton's. 2015, China and US. The following year wasn't without its controversies. In China, Rosberg accused Hamilton of deliberately backing him into the car of Sebastian Vettel, while in Austin, Texas, for the US Grand Prix, a Turn 1 maneuver that would play a big part in Hamilton's winning the race was adjudged to be a step too far by Rosberg. He aggressively forced Rosberg to go wide around the far bend and hung on to first to claim the Drivers' Championship with 3 races to spare. Title is better than a win. Abu Dhabi 2015. Having lost out on the title once more, Rosberg ended the season on a high with victory in Abu Dhabi, his 3rd win in as many races. But after the race, tension still seemed to bubble beneath the surface when the Silver Arrows duo were asked which of them would enter the winter the happier driver. Mercedes suffers double the pain, Spain 2016. Mercedes were forced into another period of navel-gazing as Hamilton, desperate for a win after a dreadful start to the season, spectacularly collided with Rosberg whilst disputing the lead on the opening lap in Spain. Opinions varied on who was to blame, with both drivers pointing the finger squarely at the other's door, though Rosberg being in the wrong engine mode certainly played its part. Drivers clash again. Austria 2016. For the second time in 5 races, Rosberg and Hamilton had a major coming together, this time as the Briton attempted to take the lead on the last lap of the race. Hamilton, who had led until a slow pit stop dropped him back, survived the contact to take victory, but Rosberg could only drag his damaged car home in 4th. To add to his misery, the stewards then found him wholly responsible for the crash. The story so far. Fast forward to this year, and we have already seen the rivals reignite their competitive spirit. Engine problems in Spain made Rosberg's run of 4 straight wins look close to ending, and when a visibly faster Hamilton came close to overtaking him, Rosberg closed the door, causing both men to collide and exit the race. In Austria, Rosberg was accused of not allowing Hamilton racing room to overtake, when he was again faced with car problems. This time, Rosberg only succeeded in damaging his own front wing, and Hamilton won the race. Subscribe, like, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.